Here it is. This will be my winter headquarters for old guys' old bikes. You should have seen it before I cleaned it up. It was pretty bad. It still is pretty bad, actually. A lot of the stuff I cleaned up off the floor I threw in here. So let's get to work. We got the little G4TR engine over here on the makeshift bench. Got a couple of tools down here. Gonna have to get a few more. I need the flywheel puller. And then we'll start getting that guy apart. Let's get started by removing the right-hand engine cover so we can get at some of the other stuff in there. I lost the original sound. Actually, I just didn't record it. All right, here we go. That's the kickstart idler gear. Most of the kickstart mechanism is on the other side. Let's go ahead and get the clutch off now. These are 6mm bolts with 8mm hex heads. I think that's right. There's a little plate that goes right in the center of that hole there that allows the actuator to push the clutch plates apart. All right, let's get the clutch taken apart here. The springs and the little M6 bolts that were holding the plate on there. And then, let's see, does the boss come out now? No, I think there's a circlip on the end of the shaft there that we'll need to take off. So let's, what are we going to do about that? We don't have any pliers for that. Let's go get some circlip pliers. All right, we got 3 different pairs of circlip pliers here. One of them should work. Let's see if we can get in there. Well, I fumbled around with it for a while. Finally came to my senses and realized that only one of the pins was in the circlip hole. So we got her. Okay, let's lift the whole thing off. The clutch is out. There's a spring directly underneath the clutch. And then there's a thrust washer underneath the spring. So we'll move on to the next thing. All right, the next thing we're going to work on will be the rotary valve. Let's see what we need to do to get that loose. I'm not sure if that'll come off with without taking the main drive gear off or not. All right, there's 6 of those M6 pan head screws in there. And it's loose, but it doesn't seem to want to come up. because I think there's an oil seal that's installed in that cover over the rotary valve, and we need to take the gear off to get that. So let's get some tools. All right, so I went up by the where the bike is, and I picked up the plastic bags that I use to keep stuff in, and we need to start putting things away. We're going to take all the small parts from the clutch and put them in a small bag, and then we're going to put the small bag and the rest of the clutch in a big bag. So there's taking off the thrust washer that I didn't take off before. We'll get that all together, and then we'll start working on the next thing. Okay, let's see, what are we going to do next? How about we take that nut off the main drive gear there. Wait. Oh, there's one of them bend up washers on there, lock washers. So we'll have to struggle with that and get that working right. Get it to release. All right, I think we got that lock washer taken care of. Now it's time to get the nut off and then the gear. There we go. All right, next step is get that cover off the rotary valve there. And then take the rotary valve itself out. Let's put those in a separate bag. All right, this should just lift right off of there if we're lucky. I think we got all the screws out. Might need a little persuasion. We'll see how that goes. There it goes. And there's the rotary valve underneath there. And I believe that will work right off of there itself. Well, maybe not easily. Yeah, there it is. All right. That thing would be a collar on a Yamaha, but I'm not sure that it doesn't seem like it wants to separate from the main crankshaft. So I don't want to scar it up or anything. So we'll just leave it for now. How's that? See now if we can get that change lever out. Switched over to the other side where we can get on it and see if we can push it back through there. Might need a little persuasion. There we go. I just turned on a regular light there. Behind me there's a ceiling light that's LEDs, and up there it's a old-fashioned incandescent light So you can tell a difference in the colors that show up. I was checking to see if there's an O-ring, or not an O-ring, but a circlip or something on there, and there isn't. But what I saw when I pulled that shaft out of there was that the oil seal itself is all screwed up, and I need to order a new one. It's in pretty bad shape. So we'll add that to our list. We're going to need a new lock washer on that nut I took off on the crank shaft on the other side. All right, let's go over to the other side and see if we can just pull that shift lever out of there. Doesn't look like it's coming out too easy, does it? All right. Well, then we might have to use a little force. All right. I think that 3/8 socket extension will work just perfect to drive this through. Let's give it a few whacks here. And my whacks didn't line up with the video, did they? Oh well. I'm doing my best here. It doesn't seem to want to come out. Let me readjust the blocks that it's sitting on here. And there we go. Oh wow, it went all the way through and fell down behind the bench and on the floor. All right, well, down on the floor again on my knees. We'll get her. All right, my knees are getting a workout, but we got her back. Let's, I'm wondering if this guy might not be bent. So I'm going to chuck it up in the drill if I can, if the drill is big enough, and spin it around a little bit and see if it wobbles. Let's see here. Does it wobble? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Oh yeah, that looks bad. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute here. I think it wasn't tightened up in the chuck right. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, it's straight. It's just got gunk on it, so it wouldn't. We'll polish that shaft up, fix it up good. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 6 degrees here this morning. I did some work on my little Kawasaki engine yesterday, and I recorded a bunch of video, and when I got back up here and started checking it, there was no audio on it. So I thought, well, shoot, I probably goofed up and forgot to turn something on. I've been known to make a mistake now and then. But no, I got the camera out this morning and I did some recording. I used an external microphone and I used the internal microphone, and neither one worked. So I never got any audio out of it. So this camera is, for all intents and purposes, garbage. $289 worth of garbage, quite frankly. And I won't be investing in any more no-name cameras, that's for sure. If I can't afford a good $600 camera, I just won't buy anything. Now, I've got 2 GoPros, and they'll be my go-tos as well. So, just a warning to folks out there, if you can't afford a good one, don't buy anything, or buy a used something that's good. A no-name doesn't work. And while I was recording that, my GoPro just said, "Ah, the heck with it. I'm done for the day," and shut off. So I got extra batteries. I should have checked that, shouldn't I? Oh well. So anyway, here's my engine here. We got most of the stuff off of it that we need to get off. I think I need to remove the kickstart here, if I can figure out how to do that. It's all covered with oil. As it should be. There's got to be something. Aha. I think if we take that spring out of there, it might go spring and loosen up, and then maybe, I don't remember how this comes out, but I would think it, oh, you know what? I think this actually goes into maybe a hole on the shaft. It must. There it goes. And then that should come up and off, hopefully. Hopefully. There. The kickstart return spring. Boy, that's awful sloppy in that hole, isn't it? Can you see that? Did I bump that and make it not point in the right direction? I don't know. That hole's awful sloppy. I wonder if there's supposed to be a collar in there or something. I'm not sure. All right, let's finish taking off the other stuff here. Well, look at that, would you? Let me put that kickstart assembly in here. There's more kickstart assembly or mechanism on the other side once we get everything open. Put this on the table. All right, I think maybe I'll put everything in that same bag. This has got a spring, this little plate here has got there's a spring that connects to it. I don't know if we can get it off of there or not. Maybe we'll just leave it on there so we'll know where it goes. No, it came off. So this bolts here on the other side of the shaft, transmission shaft. I'm worried about this. Doesn't look like it's damaged or anything, but sure is loose in there. Maybe it's supposed to be. I don't know. So this goes, and then we got the 2 screws that go with it, both little short ones. This has to come off, and that looks like a 10 maybe. Alright, these parts, this bolt that goes down through it, and that goes right here, right next to the gear change unit. Now there's 2 screws here that hold this. And there's another plate there, this plate, and these 2 screws. I think we're ready to split the cases. So let's turn this over. See if we can get some light in there and start taking out screws. We'll probably take this off first. This is the neutral switch. You'll see there's this little tab right here. Hard to see, but see if I can get you right down there. I don't know if the GoPro will show that or not. Right there is a tab, and that tab rides around. I just dropped one of the screws inside of this, and when you're in neutral, that tab will be touching that brass piece inside of here. I'm not sure that's focusing, and I won't know until I start the edges. But I dropped one of the screws, so let me get that. All right. I'm not sure that screw needs to come out, but I know all the rest of these do. Yeah, that one didn't. I think that's the last one. So, let me get another bag. That'll have to be replaced. Get all these off first. Oops, there's one. and just this one here. So, I don't know, do I have vice grips down here? It's gonna be the only way to get it out, I think. I could cut a slot across it with my Dremel, but I don't have the Dremel down here either. So, let's take a break and go get a vice grips. Alrighty, I'm hoping this holds. I only got 2 holes that I can screw this into. I'm gonna have to take it real easy and see if we can get some pressure on it. It's coming. At least on one side. Not over here though. Do I have all the screws out? That's the question. Looks like I do. You know what I don't have? I don't have a soft hammer. So I think I'll go get one. Alrighty, let's see if we can give it a little persuasion. That looks good. Screw that down a little bit more. Let's let the rear end catch up with the front end. Help it, I should say. What size wrench is that? Is that a 17? Yeah. We're getting there. We're gonna need a new gasket here. Can't see that. Seems to be kind of a little bit crooked. Tap top and bottom. We're getting there. What's this? I think there's a pin in there. And if I don't get it out, I think it's going to catch. Oh, got it. Now, what do I do with it? I should put that with the gears here. Let's tighten it down a little more. I think we're separated. Do we have a divorce? We do. Everything's falling out. Bearings are good. Yep. Okay. This is the remainder of the kickstart mechanism. I think it lifts out of there. Yep. So we don't want to drop that on the floor. I'm going to get this out of the way. We don't need this anymore, I don't think. The bearing is good. There's a gear on here. Nothing wrong with that bushing. That looks good. Let me get all this Yama bond out of here. Let me put this out of the way. All right, well, let's pull these out. Well, I gotta go get a drawing. Show me all the gears that are supposed to be here and how they're supposed to be in there. And we're going to put this away because we don't need it anymore. And I'll be back. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I called it a day right there. And it's getting to be about 30 minutes worth of video here, and I don't like to go much longer than that because it takes too long to upload on my old DSL connection here. So I'll see you in the next one. Well, I do have a complete set of gears for it, a different set, including the shift cam, and we'll get that all put together and try and get it in there on the next one and see if we can't shift it then. So everybody have a Merry Christmas and a very happy and prosperous New Year, and we'll see you in the next one. Please hit that thumbs up and like and all that stuff. And comments. Yeah, I like to see some comments now and then. So thanks for watching.